Come to a deal. Let's bring in Mick Mulvaney, former White House Chief of Staff and former head of the Office of Management and Budget, among other things. Mick, it's great to have you on the show. Welcome.
Morgan, thanks for having me. Happy Friday.
You too. So I want to start right there. We had another attempted vote in the Senate that failed. 5 more Democrats that need to come to the table to see a clean continuing resolution actually passed, assuming that's what happens. What do you think? What do you think the next steps are in this process of horse trading, if you will?
Yeah, I don't see a lot of progress next week. Look, you deal with shutdowns in terms of pain points. What's the next important thing to happen? The first thing has already happened, which is the government shutdown. It causes a little bit of pain. Not much, but some. The next pain point is, I think it's the 15th. It might be the 14th this month. I lose track. I don't pay attention to the details like I used to. But that's the next payday for a lot of federal workers. Keep in mind, there's a lot of media coverage saying, oh, people are working today without getting paid. People got paid last week, right? They got paid their ordinary end of September payday. They wouldn't have been paid today anyway, but they would have gone to work. So they go to work today. They're not really not paid until they missed their next paycheck. And that's the middle of the month. That's the next pain period. I think that gives you the first window of when you can sort of see a negotiation going on. There's not much difference between settling a government shutdown today and the 12th of October. For that reason, in addition, I think the House is probably out until the 13th or 14th, that you're not going to see any progress soon, but you might see some progress before that next pay period, mid-month October.
Okay. October 15th is what the GSA website tells me here. I mean, that's essentially what markets are preparing for, too, a standoff that's going to last 1.5 to 2 weeks before real concern sets in, at least from an economic standpoint. I mean, historically, that's typically how long these last, right?
Yeah, but the economic standpoint is I think you can make the case there's really not much economic impact here, generally speaking. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to diminish this. If you're not getting paid and you need to get paid, it's a huge economic impact on you. I'm talking now about the larger economy. People forget that during his 8 years in office, Barack Obama's best economic quarter was the quarter of a government shutdown in 2013. So there's no straight line from a government shutdown to a worse performance by the American economy. But yeah, you're right. There's going to be some localized difficulties, especially in Maryland, Northern Virginia, other places where there's a lot of government workers. I think there's one thing here, Morgan, a lot of people have missed over comparisons to the 2019 shutdown, which lasts 35 days. During 2018-19, during that longest shutdown in congressional history, in government history, we had already passed the military appropriation, the defense appropriations bill. So the Defense Department, the soldiers, men and women, were getting paid. They are not getting paid now. That ratchets up the temperature, which again comes back to why I think you probably see something before mid-month.